more story. This one's more of a local story for downtown Orlando. Apparently, over the last few months, there was an Operation Nightcap trying to selling drugs, selling underage. It's an ongoing thing with Sanford, with Orlando nightlife being targeted because of things that have happened that have nothing to do with the bars, shootings and things like that have happened because that have nothing to do with the bars. Even the suspects are underage. They weren't out drinking or whatever. They were just youth out causing problems. For that reason, they started Operation Nightcap, which is this waste of our tax dollars. So let's go ahead and listen to Channel 9.
32 people suspected of selling drugs in downtown Orlando bars during an undercover operation. This breaking story you'll see only on 9, right now at 4. It's called Operation Nightcap. It started this past July, and only Channel 9 has details today at 4 o'clock. Good afternoon, I'm Greg Warman.
And I'm Darlene Jones. Orlando police started the operation well before this deadly shooting you see here in downtown Orlando. Today, the police chief spoke with investigative reporter Shannon Butler about what they found and the message he has for club owners. She's live in our studio with details. Shannon.
Yeah, these are just 11 of the people that were already arrested. Police say they sold drugs inside of the bar. Some of these are employees, others are customers. And they found that some of the clubs weren't following those city measures that were put in place to keep you safe from other crimes, like a shooting. For 5 months, undercover officers have been going into clubs like Bullet Bar, Casey's, and Wall Street. And for 5 months, they've been buying drugs. Bullet Bar, Casey's, and Wall Street. Casey's on Central is a staple in downtown Orlando. That place has survived the tests of time. And I believe there's a Casey's in Ireland, too. I think Casey opened one in Ireland as well. Drugs not only from the customers, but from the employees. In the end, 32 suspects will be arrested and all facing 85 charges.
It's a lot of arrests in a short period of time. What's the message here?
So the message is that the clubs need to work with us and they need to police themselves along with us, but we got to make it safer downtown for everybody. And drugs are a big part of what's tearing down our community. Operation Nightcap began as an effort to crack down on crime in downtown. It began after the midnight sales permit requirements went into effect, but it wasn't originally the focus. The permit means that the bar has to have an ID reader and these metal detectors. But soon, police realized there was a pattern and found, in the end, that 24 bars weren't doing what they were supposed to. They then served 150 violations to the bars on top of those arrests. But my bigger issue is that the officers were able to walk into the clubs with guns. With guns, the after-hour permit's supposed to take care of that. And some of the undercovers were able to walk in with IDs from the opposite sex, the opposite race, and they all were carrying guns. And what we found is that most...
The opposite race?
Clubs aren't correctly wanding or correctly searching.
Now the chief hopes this will be a wake-up call for everyone, that it will take more than just police to make downtown safer.
But this is something that had to be done to stem the tide.
To stem the tide? What the hell does that mean?
Now, 62 of the nearly 90 bars downtown have those active permits. The bar owners will now have to attend a hearing to address those violations now. We are working to get their reaction to the violations that they just found out about, and we'll let you know.
This is insane, dude. Right. The fact that they were doing this for like the last 6 months, and it's all because ultimately they want Orlando to turn into a bedroom town. That's it. That's the only reason. Let's call it what it is. And until they accomplish that, they're just going to keep it going. Cops going in and doing stuff, and it will not be for safety. It is not going to be a safety situation. It is going to be a situation of we have a revenue to uphold, you know? And now you look at the amount of money we're spending on policing versus the amount of money that we could spend just rectifying this stuff. 100% of what we've spoken about today, 2 stories, because I wanted to add these 2 stories before I finished editing the Hijack, which you can find on the Hijack The End on YouTube and IG and TikTok and all of that jazz. Twitch, if you want to be part of the live conversation. And And now I guess on TikTok for now on my DJ's Wayne page. But anyway, I digress. If you want to fix the crime issue that we have, fix the lack of opportunity that allows these crimes to happen. That simple. It is really that simple. Do you have any idea? I want to know, is there any other industry aside from healthcare, housing, like executives in those types of industries, any other type of industry that you can think of? If the CEO for Arizona Iced Tea got murked, or the CEO of Costco, a man who threatened to kill the dude, they're trying to raise the price of hot dogs, and the CEO for Costco says, if you do that, I will murk you. So if those two CEOs, the two CEOs that I just mentioned, the CEO of Arizona Iced Tea and the CEO of Costco, if either one of those two got murked, do you think that it would have the same reaction as the CEO for United Healthcare? I really don't think so. I think we would have candles made. You know how they did with Fauci? Those candles that they made with Fauci? They would have those types of candles for the CEOs because they are good people. Arizona Iced Tea hasn't raised their prices since like the 90s, I think. You could still get Arizona Iced Tea for like 99 cents or whatever. And the $1.50 hot dogs are a staple in Costco. And guess what? Because of those two CEOs doing that, that was enough for it to be a story, a news story. They're getting so much publicity out of the fact that they don't try to screw their customers over, that it's worth way more. It's worth way more than the amount of money that it's the short money versus the long money. You're going to have, if Costco keeps this up, if Arizona Iced Tea keeps this up, what are some other semi-benevolent companies like that? Not benevolent companies, because a company is a company, but people that run these companies, the CEOs, the heads of these companies. What other people do we have that we can identify as benevolent as a CEO can be? Those two are the only two I can think of. So you let me know. But going back to the Operation Nightcap in downtown Orlando, that is a wild thing to witness. The downfall of a vibrant downtown that I started in. I started DJing in downtown in 05, maybe 06, and I gotta tell you, it was awesome. And now I'm DJing 20 minutes north in downtown Sanford, and it reminds me of 2007 downtown Orlando. It's a better vibe. You don't feel like you're about to get shot, which apparently happens a lot now in downtown Orlando. I only go to Orlando these days for shows, like a hardcore show or a punk show, or to get some Gringos Locos. Or to get some, and even that I can go to the Milk District for. The Milk District and the Mills District have saved Orlando's nightlife. You know, Will's Pub, Little Indies, that little area right there, and then the Milk District as well. Both of those areas have been the saving grace of Orlando nightlife. It has been some of the only places that I go to. The last time I go to Will's Pub, I'm probably at Will's Pub once every few months for a show, and then I hightail it right back down to Sanford for the rest of the nightlife. Or I'll stay and hang out with the band or hang out with whoever I'm hanging out with. But as far as like regular going, Sanford nightlife. That's going to be the Central Florida saving grace. That is the Central Florida saving grace in nightlife is downtown Sanford, Milk District, and Mills District. Is it not going to work? Hold on. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. All right, cool. Well, we are... There it is! Jesus Christ, why did it take so long? That's really dumb. My name is DJ Wayne. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Follow the end.fm. Follow the end, the Hijack the End on all of the socials. Follow Irreverent the End on all of the socials. Check me out next time. I'll probably be doing one of these about once a month. So thanks for hanging out. Peace.